I have the secret to achieving every single goal that you put out for yourself. Now, the hardest part about having this secret is ignoring it. At the gym that I go to, there's this long hallway. This long hallway connects you from the entrance to the gym itself. A lot of times I find myself wondering, why did they design it like this? Why do I have to go out of my way to walk this extra long hallway just to get to the gym? Like, why is there no shortcut? Why is there no other way around? I have to walk down this long hallway. I recently went out with a friend of mine that I don't see very often. We were hanging out and we, just started talking about old times and high school and who we hung out with in high school. They asked me, they said, "Hey, do you still talk to, so-and-so?" Or I said, "No, I haven't talked to them." And my friend, they tell me, "Well, I understand why." I was like, what do you mean you understand why? And, this friend is someone who is a straight shooter. Like, when they say something, they mean it. And so I was taken aback when they told me that, well, in high school you were kind of egotistical and you were kind of an asshole. And I was like, "What? Me? No, me?" And everyone thinks their shit doesn't stink, but when you hear that it does, your worldview's shaken. Hiding that with laughter, I was obviously like, damn, have I let my ego get the best of me? And so this started me down the path of reflection on that and reflecting on what ego is and what I want for myself. Do I want to be known by everyone else that I'm the asshole? No, the answer is no. See, I'm someone who wants to make my dreams come true. I'm a thinker, I'm a dreamer, I'm a creative. And the tough part about that is that no one's there guiding you. No one's holding your hand, telling you which way to go. And, some people get lucky and maybe they do have these mentors or these people. But most of the times, you're kind of just going through life blindly. You're making shit up as you go. But I've found that there is actually a voice and there is a secret to achieving your goals. And the voice that's guiding you is actually telling you what not to do to get to the end, to achieve your dreams. That voice is your ego. And the tricky part about ego is it has no volume. Case in point, the same voice that tells you you ain't shit and you don't have what it takes is the same voice that tells you you're the shit and you're better than everyone else because you're the shit. So maneuvering that and knowing when and when not to ignore that voice becomes increasingly more and more difficult. Because I want to make my dreams happen, I work very hard. Or at least I spend a lot of time thinking about working hard. It'll be, I do a little bit of work. The voice in my head either says, "Wow, that was shit," and you definitely don't have what it takes to do what you want to do. Or the voice is, "Wow, that is better than any art you've ever seen, so you are just the greatest." But what's hard to realize is both of those voices are counterintuitive. Not just the one that tells you you ain't shit, but equally as much the one that tells you you are the shit. Put it like this. You wake up early in the morning and you decide to go to the gym. You get there, you check in, whatever, you open that first door, and you're faced with that long hallway. Now you make the conscious decision, today's the day, I'm going to start. So you take a few steps forward, and after a few steps, the little voice inside your head kicks in. It says to you, you're tired. Maybe today's not the day. There's always tomorrow. Why don't you just turn around? Now, while you were giving attention to the voice inside your head, you were no longer walking forward. You're stopped. So you notice this, and you move forward again. This time you take a few more steps, maybe further than you went before. But again, you hear the voice. You don't have what it takes. You're not talented enough. You don't have the skill set or the mental fortitude to get to the end. Again, what you don't realize is you're now stopped. You gave attention to that voice and you're completely stopped. So maybe again, you're lucky enough to realize this and you keep moving forward. And now closer than you've ever been before, maybe even feet from the door. And the voice inside your head now says, congratulations, you've made it further than you've ever made it before. You are doing great. You're awesome. You have what it takes. You can do this. But again, you give attention to that voice. The voice that's saying, you're better than the people that didn't walk this far. And you're God's great gift to this earth. But what you don't realize this time is that because you gave attention to that voice, you've stopped. And maybe you were ready to open that door and you were right there, but you stopped. Obviously, I want recognition. Obviously, I want people to like me. But I can sure as hell tell you that only listening to your ego is going to cost you friendships. It's going to cost you job. It's going to cost you things that you love. And there's been some tough moments where I've had to realize that. And looking around and seeing your family fall distant or seeing your friends think of you as egotistical, you start to realize that maybe listening to that voice in my head isn't the best route. And maybe the secret is ignoring it. So when that voice comes up that says, you ain't shit, ignore it. Don't give any attention to that. Maybe say back to yourself, no, I'm not. And when the voice arises again that says, you are the shit, tell it, no, I am not. And remember that the only goal is to just keep walking.
This is the story of a man who seeks to live out his dreams just as any other artist would. A dreamer, traveler, wanderer, a writer, an enthusiast, a producer, a thinker, a creative person, a lover, a brother, a son, and a friend.
Ready? Watch out for that truck.